Hello, you guys. So, I wanted to do a video real quick and kind of touch on the subject of triggers. I know I promised you a video on triggers a long time ago and I never delivered, so I kind of felt like, well, I need to do something. So, I'm doing this now. I am on the bed and I don't know if this is going to see it wiggles. And I'm sorry about that. Um, I got to figure something out. I was going to try to do it out in the living room, but they're watching TV and all kinds of things out there. So it's late at night. We just had everybody leave the house. We've been, yeah, just things have been happening today. But anyway, so I wanted to touch on the subject of triggers. So let me explain to you. I'm just going to make this really quick. The importance of figuring out your triggers. So it's so important that you figure out what your triggers are, because if you don't know where your emotions, where your symptoms, where your thoughts, where your feelings, your perceptions, all these things are coming from, it's going to be harder for you to overcome, conquer, or get past your anxiety. So panic disorder, all that. So I know it seems as if our anxiety or our panic attacks, things like that, are coming from like seemingly nowhere, but in all reality, they're coming from somewhere. Now, that's why it's important for you to figure out your triggers. So, when it comes to triggers, you have to question things. First step to figuring out your triggers, though, is whenever something happens, whenever you have a panic attack, whenever you have an anxiety attack, whenever you have a symptom come up, you need to stop yourself and you need to ask, okay, because there's 80% of you knows it's anxiety. You have that, well, 80 to 90% of you knows it's anxiety. And then you have that 10 to 20% that's telling you you're dying, and that's the part we tend to focus on, that we just believe real quick, even though the other percent of us, that's actually been proven, but that other part is just really hard for us. So, when you go into that, when those things happen to you, you have to be like, okay, so why did this start? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I thinking this way? And if you have to ask yourself why, to like answer the first question. Then when you get that answer, but why? And then when you ask yourself the next question, answer the next why, but why? And then you just break it down and just take it to where you find out the core of everything. Now, the reason why you have to do this is because when you start doing this on a regular basis, you are going to begin, like whenever you do have racing heart, your heart starts to race, or you start feeling hyperventilation, or you start feeling dizzy, or let's say you start feeling dizzy and you're like, wow, this came out of nowhere, right? And you have to remember, whoa, like sometimes we wake up with something. Like I'll wake up with nausea. This morning I woke up with that bad feeling in my stomach, and I was like, okay, why am I feeling like this? I was feeling the bad feeling. I was like in a ball on my bed, tossing and turning, and I was like so freaking out this morning. And I laid there and I was like, no, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. This is anxiety. And of course, there's that little voice in the back of your head that's being like, this isn't anxiety. This is real. This is happening. Something bad's about to happen. Something bad's happening right now. Oh my God, this is a sign. Something horrible is about to happen to you today. And so then you have to sit there and be like, no, better, like shut that voice off in your head. And when you do that, it's like you quiet that part, that little voice, and then you're able to listen to the other parts of you. And so, for instance, like I was saying, so back to what I was saying. So when I woke up this morning with that, I was questioning. I know I didn't just wake up like that, even though it felt like it. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Where did it stem from? So I remember yesterday, I was feeling it a little bit, not real bad. I was a little nervous. I felt overwhelmed, whatever, right? So yesterday, I was feeling overwhelmed because we were going to have company today. So I'm guessing, like, during my sleep, I probably, this is my guess on it, is that I probably just ended up, like, I guess, dwelling on me feeling overwhelmed, me feeling like I don't want company. I don't feel like having people over. Oh my God, I'm freaking out because where have they been? All these things going on in my head. And then whenever it came to that, to this morning, I woke up and I was still in that mindset, if you get what I'm saying. So I figured out what that trigger was this morning from last night. And so, like, things like that. Yeah. And then because I knew that, I was able to focus better on getting past it. So I was telling myself, well, they're not bad people. It's just me being retarded in my head, and I've never had any issues with these people ever. They're family, So, like, I was over here like, stop it, stop. And I started focusing on positive. I was like I told you before, with the anxiety versus excitement, right? So you're sitting there, and instead of me being like all nervous, and it's so funny because my boyfriend told me the same thing this morning. I was telling him, and he was like, "But why are you looking at it in a negative light?" And I was like, "You're right. Why am I looking at it in a negative light?" So instead of looking at it in a negative light, I looked at it like, wow, I get to entertain people today. Oh, we're going to cook for everybody today. Oh my God, we're going to have company and it's going to be fun. And I actually like these people, so I'm like, wow, it's going to be fun. And a couple of them I hadn't seen in a really long time. So I was like, hey, whatever. And so I started doing that, and it took me out of it. It took me out of that bad feeling, And so it turned out wonderful. And so, yeah, and I'm trying not to make this video very long, and I'm so sorry. It's already 7 minutes long. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this now. But I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I will be making more detailed, shorter videos soon, and it won't be all shaky. So, all right, love you guys. Remember, you're not alone. Bye.